Hi everyone, welcome to this international student podcast Beyond the Passport. Today we are with Laura Velasquez. Hi Laura, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
Laura is a Colombian living in New Zealand. She studied business and international relationships from the La Salle University in Colombia, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Um, Laura, I would like to know a little bit more about you. So, what about if we start to know what you actually um, did in order to come to New Zealand?
Okay, well, as you said, I studied international business, and that was in 2017 when I finished. And then I realized that I needed to learn English, and yeah, like to improve all my speaking, etc., to be able to find like a better job.
Yeah.
So that's why I made the decision of coming to New Zealand, because I think it was like a really good country to be like completely immersed into this language. So yeah, after like a couple of months after finishing the university, I made the plans to come here. So I arrived in New Zealand in 2019 at the end of the year.
Okay.
And yeah, the main reason was basically learning English and like becoming very proficient. And then the pandemic happened, so I just decided to stay, and it's been 6 years since that decision.
Okay. So when you came, you had idea of like staying here for 1 year or staying here for 2 years. What was the plan back then?
So when I came, I just kind of like applied to foreign student visa.
Yeah.
And that visa was just for 5 months, and it was just basically the English course duration. And then after those 5 months, because COVID happened in March 2020, so I just decided to apply to a tourist visa because I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
And then like after discussing a lot of things with my family, I just kind of like came to the conclusion that it was the best place to stay. The best place to stay in 2020 was exactly during the pandemic was New Zealand. So that's why I applied to a tourist visa, and I was waiting for my answer for about 8 months. So I was just like kind of like in a very like uncertain place during that time. And then when I finally got my approval of that visitor visa, I decided to apply to a student visa, and I did postgraduate diploma in New Zealand. So it was kind of like an extra study that was very like aligned to my university degree. So that's how I decided to stay.
I think you have mentioned something very important, and is that sometimes when we are into a process or when we are into a certain situation, sometimes we don't know what we want to do.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we need these situations in order to think and actually learn something new that is what you have decided in that moment.
Yeah, totally.
So I think there is a good point here is that sometimes we need to pause and think about what we want to do, if we want to actually stay in the country or if we want to move back to our original countries. So what what was the factor that makes you stay here in New Zealand?
So like just to kind of like complement what you just said, you just need to be challenged to be to be able to make the decision and like say like, oh yeah, I came just for 5 months, and it was never part of my plans to stay in New Zealand, but basically the circumstances made me think twice and say like New Zealand is the best place to stay. And to be honest, I really fall in love with the country.
Okay.
So it was kind of like, it was the pandemic happening, and it was like there was no way that going back to Colombia or another country, Latin America, was the solution in that moment. I was really happy here, and I was kind of like finding my place, and I was feeling, of course, more confident with my language, and I was already making really good relationships, like not just with friends, but also like I was able to challenge myself finding new jobs and like, you know, like kind of like starting a new work life. And I said like, yeah, basically I think everything is turning into a really good pathway to just stay in New Zealand. And yeah, it was like that.
I think that's really important, and is as immigrants we want to evolve in the country as well as we did in our countries. So definitely I think one of the main things to do when you move overseas is study, because it's a definitely a right pathway to take if you want to stay either in a different spectrum. If you are want to, like, I don't know, like try to cover some migration requirements, you can use a study in order to get some points, or if you need to obtain a better job, you're gonna get a better paid as well.
Exactly.
So as far as I know, you recently got a master's degree.
Yeah. So yeah, after like doing my postgraduate diploma, I kind of like realized that I needed to study something more like specialized on my area. So as I said, like my major was like in international businesses, but I knew that I needed to go like farther in that career. So yeah, like 1 year ago, I made the decision of like studying a master in procurement, logistics, and supply chain management. And it was basically a decision motivated by my current work. My current job position, because I'm currently a production manager. So I'm currently involved with a lot of like operations management and supply chain management. So I was like, I think this is what I want to do, but in order to basically, like you said, like grow up into the position and like be able to actually like contribute in a lot of things in the company, I needed to study. So yeah, I studied this master, and yeah, it's been great. I just finished, so
congratulations.
Yes.
How did you cope with the fact that you needed to work and study at the same time, because you were doing everything at the same time? How was it?
Well, super hard to be honest, because like working full time is of course super challenging, but putting that extra situation of like, you need to also study at a full-time basis, a master degree, that demands a lot of like
stress sometimes.
Exactly, like it's not even the time that you are like in the classroom, is actually all the work that you have to do on that, like outside of the classroom, like independent studying. So yeah, it was super challenging, but it was also kind of like very like insightful. Like it was like it was incredible to discover that there is a lot of theory and a lot of things that I can apply to my current job, that basically came from like studying this. Like at the moment there's no one with a master in my area, so it's really good to see like, oh yeah, like we could improve this and that, or like this process or whatever, because there is another people around the world doing it.
Absolutely.
But we don't realize because we don't study it. So like for me it has been like a really an amazing experience, just because I'm super aware of new things. And
that sometimes we normalize things just because they are in a daily basis, and sometimes you need to actually put a little bit of knowledge in order to just understand.
It's not just business as usual.
Yes, absolutely. Just moving forward, what do you think that is one of the main things for like students to come to a country that they need to be aware of if they're coming, or either to New Zealand or to another country?
Well, I think this is like very like, I think everyone says the same, but it's not easy. But it's just so like, it's not easy, but at the same time it's just the best experience that you can have in your life. It's just so like delightful to be able to challenge yourself and like see how far you can come. Like I think we have a lot of like limits in our minds, and we say like, no, I remember myself saying that, like when I was in Colombia, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna be asking for a coffee, and like it's gonna be hard to make new friends, and like all of these things that you're thinking that are basically limitations in your mind. But then once you're in that, and then you realize that you can do that and you can work, and now you have a super good job, and you have created an amazing network here. It's like, wow, I'm able to, like, I'm capable of doing that. And I think that is what is very, like, rewarding. Like, of course, it's not easy, but just think and visualize, the person,
persona.
exactly, the person that you want to be, and it's just incredible. And, like, being able to, like, basically sitting down here after 6 years of living overseas and doing the recap of all the things that you have overcome is just, like, it's just so amazing. Like, it's just incredible.
Do you have any experience or any particular memory from these 6 years and you said, like, okay, I think this is the memory that actually mark an episode of my life, and thanks to this I'm here now?
Well, there are so many things, but it was actually really nice, this thing that I realized a couple of months ago. There is an area here in the CBD where it's, like, super, like, there are, like, a lot of, like, restaurants and, like, bars, and there is, like, hotels because it's very touristic. And my first job in New Zealand was being a housekeeper. So I spent I don't know, maybe 3 months, like all the weekends of those 3 months when I came, doing the beds and, like, cleaning the bathrooms. And I remember looking, like, through the window and seeing all these people down in the bars, in the restaurants area, and saying, like, I want to be
them one day.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to be one of those, like, the people that is there enjoying their lives in New Zealand. And so that was at the beginning. And then a couple of months ago, we were just doing a celebration in the company, and we went to that specific restaurant that I was, like, I clearly remember when I was, like, back in that room and, like, seeing them. And I was one of those people. So I was telling to my colleagues, like, wow, like, it's just so incredible to see how good the life has been, basically. Because after a couple of years, I'm now one of the people, and, like, I'm having the life that I wanted. Like, I enjoy my work. I just did a master. I have a wonderful partner. I have a wonderful network of friends, and, like, it's just so like, blow-minded.
I think once you get out of your comfort zone, you use the, like, rationalize how much and how far you can actually go. And sometimes people are very scared of what they actually can do, and is this inner saboteur that sometimes is just, like, playing
the
next
imposter
to
syndrome.
you. Yes, absolutely.
Totally.
But definitely I think we are capable to do amazing things, and even learn a language. I think this is something that I always met up new people, I say to them, like, never is too late to learn a new language, to travel, to eat in a new restaurant, because that's going to give you a new insight, a new experience. I'm talking about experience. What do you think that was the craziest thing that happened to you in these 6 years that you've been here?
No, wow. Craziest. Well, I don't know, I have so many things, but I feel like becoming important at my current company is just, like, I was never expecting that. And I remember when I did the interview, I was, like, extremely afraid, and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this job because I don't even understand half of what they are saying. But just 3 years have passed, and now I'm like,
okay,
I'm important. Exactly. And, like, now I have so many responsibilities, and it's like, oh my gosh, and, like, when does this happen? Like, it's just incredible to see that I was so afraid of doing that interview, and now 3 years later is like, you're an important piece of this
and we
of
need
this
you.
company, and we need you. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like, it's just crazy, because I never kind of, like, see myself, and now I'm like, I'm that person. I'm important for something, and that's for me, it's crazy.
What you could say to this person that perhaps is watching this video now and is thinking about, like, move overseas or do or have an international experience abroad, what you could tell to them in order to just motivate them to come or to go anywhere?
Just do it. Just don't overthink. I think, you need to think the things. You need to plan.
Yes.
When I made the decision, I clearly remember like doing my my spreadsheet with all my budget and like knowing that I needed to find a job in this amount of time because I didn't have enough savings.
I think
but you just need to do it.
That's a very good point, because sometimes people, they don't have enough knowledge about how planify everything. And sometimes they don't plan enough what they want to do, how long they're gonna go. So I think sometimes you need to actually understand your own self, like how long it's gonna take you to learn the language, how much that is gonna cost you.
You need to set up like real expectations. Like you can't pretend that in a month you're depends on, like, of course, every single circumstance, but you can't pretend that in a month you're gonna be settled down like I'm another like native person here, because it's not gonna happen. Like not just because of the language, but also like you are just starting a new life from scratch, and that basically comes with a lot of challenges. Like sometimes you don't feel yourself like talking to another person that probably is not understanding you but is trying to. It's just like it's challenging but very rewarding.
Have you ever had this like situation that you feel like, oh my god, what I'm doing here? Or maybe not now, because now you have already set it down, but in the past, do you have any like thoughts about like going back to your a home, or how do you manage that?
I think there have been like really few situations where I've experienced that feeling. What I can remember is just like having like family situations that are like make you think twice and say like, oh, maybe I should go back because I'm missing this important part of whatever we are doing with the family, or like, I don't know, any sickness, or like maybe a family member passed away and you are not there to support your family. So that has been like very hard to deal with, because it's just you're like happy here, but at the same time, of course, you have loved ones there that are really needing from you, but you cannot support them in the way that you would like to. So that it hasn't been that often, but I feel like, I should be back. But at the same time, it's my own experience, but my family has been very supportive, and they have always said like, you need to build your life whether you are happy. So of course we are going to have challenges, we are going to have issues, we are going to have sickness and death and etc. But you are just building your life, and that's the life that you need to live. So it's fine you are not here, but we know that we are connected, like in another way. So
I think nowadays with technology and like video facing and everything, it's a little bit easier to connect with our parents and families around the world. Even though we have like kind of like different time zone in New Zealand and everything, but I think it's a good point to like be close even though we are far away, distant wise. All right, Laura, thank you very much for being part of this International Student Podcast, and I hope you see you in our next episode. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.